Here we have an equation that is quadratic in nature. Quadratic in nature is when the first exponent is twice the second. So we have a 4 for our first exponent, which is twice the second of 2. So instead of x equals, we have x squared equals a equals 2, b equals -5, and c equals -3. So we have x squared equals the opposite of b, would be +5, plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. X squared equals 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 plus 24 is 49, all over 4. That's 5 plus or minus 7 all over 4. That would be 5 plus 7 over 4 and 5 minus 7 all over 4. So we have 12 over 4, which is 3. X squared equals 3. X squared equals -1/2. -2 over 4 is -1/2. We're going to square root both sides. I get x equals plus or minus the square root of 3. I square root both sides, and I get x equals plus or minus I over the square root of 2. And that's because I have I times the square root of 1/2. The square root of 1/2 is the square root of 1, which is 1, over the square root of 2, which is the square root of 2. And when we rationalize that, we get plus or minus I times the square root of 2 over 2. So x equals plus or minus the square root of 3 and plus or minus I times the square root of 2 over 2. If you got that, great. If you're a little stumped at how I got that I squared root of 2 over 2, I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to show you in detail. X equals plus or minus, we had the square root of -1/2. So that's going to be plus or minus. I'm going to take out the I, and then I have the square root of 1/2. That's plus or minus I times the square root of 1 over the square root of 2. Now the square root of 1 is 1. So plus or minus I times 1 is just I over the square root of 2. And now we're going to rationalize the denominator, giving us plus or minus I times the square root of 2 in the numerator over the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, which is 2. And that's where that came from.